Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. Today, we dive into the fascinating journey of a Hong Kong native grappling with identity amidst cultural complexities. The author reflects on their experiences during British colonial rule and how travel and exploration helped them embrace a modern Chinese identity that transcends historical challenges. In sports news, we have an exciting update as mainland Chinese Olympians are set to showcase their incredible talents in Hong Kong. Following a gala performance, athletes will engage with fans and demonstrate their skills in various sports, marking a thrilling conclusion to their 3-day visit before heading to Macau. Lastly, we explore a new law in Australia that allows employees to ignore work communications outside of hours, sparking discussions in Hong Kong about maintaining a healthy work-life balance. Business leaders emphasize the importance of mutual agreement in work arrangements, highlighting the need for flexibility in our fast-paced world. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage on these stories. South China Morning Post. The author reflects on their complex feelings of identity as a Hong Kong native caught between colonial influences and a shifting political landscape. Growing up during British rule, they felt a sense of disconnect, identifying neither fully as British nor as Chinese. The pivotal moment came during the 1997 handover ceremony, where they realized the significance of their identity in a rapidly changing world. This internal struggle was further compounded during their time studying in the United States, where they often had to explain their origins to friends who were unfamiliar with Hong Kong. However, through extensive travel and living in Beijing, the author began to appreciate the rich cultural tapestry of China, leading to a more nuanced understanding of their identity. They conclude that the essence of being Chinese transcends historical narratives, focusing instead on a collective aspiration for harmony and progress. South China Morning Post. A lively event featuring mainland Chinese Olympians is set to take place in Hong Kong, showcasing their athletic prowess and artistic talents. Following a gala performance that entertained the local audience, athletes will participate in ticketed demonstrations across 2 venues. Divers and swimmers will perform at Victoria Park Swimming Pool, while badminton players, gymnasts, and table tennis stars will take to the Queen Elizabeth Stadium. This vibrant display marks the conclusion of a 3-day visit by the impressive 65-member delegation, who will continue their journey to Macau for further engagements. The excitement surrounding these events highlights the strong connection and enthusiasm for sports within the region. SCMP opinion. The recent introduction of a disconnect law in Australia, which allows employees to ignore work communications outside of hours, has ignited discussions about work-life balance in Hong Kong. While this legislation aims to protect workers' rights, it poses challenges for a city that thrives on flexibility and operates across global time zones. Business leaders argue that Hong Kong's economy relies on prompt communication and adaptability, making such a law potentially impractical. Instead, there are calls for self-regulation within companies to respect employee privacy while maintaining the necessary flexibility for business operations. The Australian law serves as a reminder for Hong Kong to remain vigilant in fostering a healthy work-life balance while acknowledging the unique demands of its fast-paced environment. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong teenagers have ridiculed the government's advice to engage in badminton as a way to manage sexual impulses, deeming it ineffective and superficial. The Education Bureau's guidelines, which suggest abstinence and scenarios involving intimacy, have been met with skepticism from youth who feel that such measures fail to address the complexities of their desires. For instance, 19-year-old Rezi Limbu expressed that merely playing badminton does not erase sexual thoughts, while 18-year-old Sasha Seed criticized the potential for victim blaming in the scenarios presented. Experts, including Dr. Christopher Yu Chipang, argue that the root causes of underage sex often stem from emotional neglect in broken families, highlighting that simplistic advice does not tackle deeper issues. In another article, the South China Morning Post examines China's declining birth rate and the skepticism surrounding the hiring of Filipino domestic helpers as a solution, similar to South Korea's approach. Analysts argue that cultural differences, safety concerns, and the already sufficient domestic labor market make it unlikely that Filipino nannies will significantly impact birth rates in China. Daniel Yang, a Shanghai father, voiced concerns about the implications of hiring foreign help, while demographers noted that the socioeconomic challenges, including high costs of living and evolving social attitudes, are more significant barriers to increasing birth rates. Despite government efforts to encourage families to have more children, the combination of economic pressures and changing societal norms continues to deter young couples from starting families. Lastly, the South China Morning Post highlights digital technology's ambitions through its blockchain venture, Zon, in Hong Kong. The company aims to establish itself as a leading technology provider in the Web3 space, aspiring to emulate the success of Google and Microsoft in traditional industries. CEO Koh Xianghui emphasized the importance of Hong Kong's supportive environment for blockchain development, contrasting it with the more conservative regulatory landscape in mainland China. With a significant market share in China's blockchain sector, Zon plans to leverage its expertise to cater to Web3 developers, exploring innovative applications such as tokenization in regulated environments. As Hong Kong positions itself as a virtual asset hub, its initiative reflects broader trends in the region's push for technological advancement and economic diversification. The Toronto Star reports on the complex situation surrounding the hunt for Zhixiong Marco Hu, the accused killer of Markham realtor Yucking, Anita, Mui. After Mui's disappearance, Hu fled Canada to Hong Kong just 3 days later, complicating law enforcement efforts due to strained diplomatic relations between Canada and China. Former RCMP officer Gary Clement highlights the challenges of international cooperation in tracking fugitives, particularly given Canada's suspension of its extradition agreement with Hong Kong. The police have since issued a Canada-wide warrant and are seeking a red notice through Interpol, hoping to locate Hu while also investigating potential links to 3 youths identified as persons of interest in Mui's case. South China Morning Post introduces Carson Leota, the daughter of the late actor Ray Liotta, who is making her mark in both acting and modeling. Attending the premiere of her father's final film, Carson shared heartfelt memories of her dad, describing him as her most loyal supporter. Following in her parents' footsteps, she has appeared in various films and TV shows, including a role alongside her father in Hubie Halloween. Carson's modeling career took off at 15 when she signed with IMG Models, walking for prestigious brands like Chanel and Dolce & Gabbana. Proud of her father's legacy, she accepted his Hollywood Walk of Fame star in February 2023, expressing her deep admiration for his contributions to film. South China Morning Post raises alarm about the potential insect apocalypse as nearly half of the world's insect species face decline, with 1/3 threatened with extinction. David Goulson, a biology professor, emphasizes the vital role insects play in pollination and food security, citing alarming studies that show drastic reductions in insect populations in various regions. While some pest species seem to thrive, the loss of beneficial insects poses a significant threat to ecosystems. The article highlights the challenges of accurately assessing insect populations due to insufficient data and the complexities of gathering it. The historical context of Mao Zedong's Four Pests campaign serves as a cautionary tale about the unintended consequences of exterminating species, underscoring the essential role insects play in maintaining ecological balance and the critical need for conservation efforts. South China Morning Post reports on the life of Rob Lowe, a Hollywood icon known for his roles in classics like St. Elmo's Fire and About Last Night. Rob, who prioritizes family, shares a close bond with his brother Chad, an Emmy-winning actor, despite facing challenges such as addiction and their mother's death. Rob's family includes two half-brothers, Justin and Micah, and he has two sons with his wife Cheryl, Matthew and John Owen. Matthew has pursued a successful career in investment, while John Owen is following in his father's footsteps in the entertainment industry, recently co-starring in the Netflix series Unstable. Their shared journey of overcoming addiction has strengthened their relationship, showcasing the resilience of the Low family. In other news from South China Morning Post, Megan Thee Stallion may have hinted at a new romance with NBA player Torrey Craig. The rapper shared a playful TikTok video featuring the couple answering relationship questions, sparking interest among fans. Torrey, who faced adversity growing up with a mother incarcerated for drug charges, has successfully navigated his basketball career, playing for teams like the Denver Nuggets and the Chicago Bulls. He is also a father to a 10-year-old son named Braylon, whom he has embraced the responsibility of raising since college. Their budding relationship highlights the blend of celebrity and personal challenges, as both Megan and Torrey continue to pursue their passions. The Sydney Morning Herald reflects on various travel experiences, including a challenging journey with Qantas that turned into an adventure due to flight delays and cancellations. Despite the setbacks, the crew's exceptional service left a positive impression on passengers. Additionally, readers share nostalgic travel memories and practical tips, such as the importance of planning ahead for train travel in Spain and the convenience of breastfeeding during flights. These anecdotes reveal the joys and frustrations of travel while emphasizing the need for patience and understanding among fellow travelers, creating a sense of community through shared experiences. South China Morning Post reports that Cathay Pacific Airways, Hong Kong's flag carrier, has announced a significant buyback of over 1.53 billion Hong Kong dollars, approximately $196 million in warrants issued to the government as part of a pandemic bailout package. This move follows the airline's earlier buyback of preference shares worth 9.75 billion Hong Kong dollars, indicating a positive financial turnaround. CEO Ronald Lam expressed gratitude to the Hong Kong government and stakeholders, highlighting that the buyback would prevent share dilution and would be funded through existing financial resources, ensuring no impact on future investments. The government initially invested 27.3 billion Hong Kong dollars in Cathay to help it navigate the financial challenges posed by the global travel market collapse during the COVID-19 pandemic. In another engaging event, the South China Morning Post showcases a visit from a Chinese Olympic delegation to Hong Kong, where athletes shared their experiences and advice with local students and community members. The delegation participated in various light-hearted activities, including unconventional table tennis matches using kitchen utensils and an impromptu singing performance by gold medalists. Athletes like Quan Hongchan and Ho Zhihui provided insights into their rigorous training and the mental resilience required to overcome challenges. The visit aimed to inspire the youth of Hong Kong, with athletes encouraging students to persevere despite difficulties, creating a memorable experience filled with motivation and community engagement. Furthermore, the South China Morning Post highlights Beijing's commitment to enhancing governance in Hong Kong through the Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office. The office emphasized the spirit of driving nails, a concept reflecting determination and resilience in implementing reforms. During a recent internal study session, officials discussed the importance of setting clear goals and timetables for reform initiatives in the region. The office urged Hong Kong and Macau residents to collaborate with their governments to achieve economic growth and development, reinforcing a message of unity and shared responsibility in building a prosperous future for the nation. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Morning sunlight on the street, city whispers soft and sweet, faces mix in daily grind, every story intertwined, cultures blend like colors bright, languages in the silent night, on the table stories told, food and feast upon so bold, people living day by day, in the heart they find their way, sharing moments, voices sing, in this world of everything. Society in rhythms beat, entertainment's fleeting heat, echoes of wars and fears, laughing through our unseen tears, children playing in the park, drawing dreams till after dark, elders speak of days gone by, washing shadows from the sky. People living day by day, in the heart they find their way, sharing moments, voices sing, in this world of everything. Society